Hi and welcome back to our third and final video on glute dysfunction. So following on from our initial two videos where we went through the strong relationship between glute dysfunction and low back pain, and then followed that up with some simple tests that you can do at home to test how well your glutes are working. What we wanted to do today was teach you a few exercises that can easily be done at home to build up that strength and function of your glutes to help prevent that likelihood that you'll end up with some low back pain. So look, there's lots of different exercises you can do for your glutes. I'm just going to take you through three different ones today, which will get all the glutes working, and importantly, they'll get them working in a variety of different ways as well. So let's get into it. The first one is what we call a bridge exercise. Okay, so this is best done on a firm surface, so at home, down on the floor, on an exercise mat. I'm just going to show you here on the bed because this is a nice firm bed. So we basically start in this position, lying down flat on your back with your knees bent up, and we're basically making a bridge with our body, okay? So we'll get Graham to show you here. We're going to push down, Graham's going to push down through his heels, squeeze through his glutes and lift his bottom up off the bed or off the floor at home. Now the key things to look out for and to focus on are making sure that we keep our lumbar spine, our pelvis nice and stable, so we're not getting any arching or tilting through there, and you're really feeling that you're pushing down through your heels and feeling the glutes activate as you push up into that bridge position. Okay, we want to push up into ideally up all the way so our hip and our trunk are in line as well. Okay, so you can start this just with a slow lift up, hold for a couple of seconds and slowly lift back down, and then you can build on the reps that you do there. 2 sets of 10, 3 sets of 10. Now if that's starting to feel easier, the first progression can be just holding each bridge position for a bit longer. You can build up to 5, 10, even 15, 20 second holds to really work that endurance. To work a little bit harder again, what you can do is once you're in the bridge position, so if we go up into the bridge position again, you stabilise in that bridge position and then you can go into a little heel lift and then even a knee extension. So as we lift one leg off the ground, the other side is having to work a lot harder to keep you stable through there. So the important thing to look out for there is if you're trying to progress to that is as we extend the leg out, that you're not letting the pelvis on that side drop down, so you're able to stay stable through there. If you are feeling that that's dropping down, it's probably still a little bit too hard for you, okay? If that's getting easier, what you can do, and this is that sort of third and most advanced exercise for the bridge, is lift the heel up at the start and then we push up with one leg through the whole bridge position. So we go up with one leg and then down with one leg again. So that's really going to get the glute working a lot harder and challenge the glute a lot more. Alright, so that's the first exercise. The next two we're going to do in standing, so let's move into those. Okay, now our next exercise we're going to do in standing. Okay, so if we stand near a wall to start with so that you can hold on for a little bit of support, just your fingertips on the wall to help with a bit of balance to start with. We start with even weight on both legs, but then we're going to take all our weight onto one side as we do a movement of the leg out to the side. Okay, now it's really important with this that we keep our trunk, our spine up stable. So what we don't want to see, and if we get Graham to do that first, as we move our leg out to the side, we don't want to be tilting the trunk down to the side. Okay, that's going to put too much pressure on our back. And that's a sign that you're not activating this stabilizing glute enough. Okay, so what we want to see, so it's an outward movement through the hip to get this glute working, but also really work the glute on this stabilising leg. Okay, so you want to make sure that we're keeping our back up straight like Graham's doing now. Now, to make that a little bit harder, what you can do is take that fingertip support away from the wall, and that's really going to challenge the glute on that stabilising leg a bit more. Okay, so our third and final exercise is a squat. Very common exercise and a great way to get the glutes working as well. To start with, I want to go through some movement patterns through a squat that we don't want you to be doing and that we don't want to see, okay? And then we'll finish with the ideal squat technique. So first of all, we don't want our knees coming too far forward over our toes. And the other problem with this is we're not getting that equal bend through the hips and the knees at the same time, the other thing that we don't want to be seeing. We want to make sure the spine is staying nice and stable, nice and neutral, so we don't want to be getting too much rounding through the back as we squat down. So over rounding as you squat, too much pressure on the back, and then the opposite direction, we don't want to be getting too much overarching through the back either. Okay, so we want to be in the middle of that, nice and neutral. The other thing that we don't want is your bottom sticking out too far. Okay, so leaning too far forward as we squat down. we want to make sure that we're getting nice equal bend through the hips and the knees. Okay, so then the good squat, the other things we don't want to be doing, a perfect good squat is that equal bend through the hips and knees behind the level of the toes, nice and neutral through the back. It's almost like you're sitting down onto a chair. So we hope you found these exercises useful.
If you have any issues or questions, feel free to contact us at the clinic.